Okay, so if you remember back in day 18, I went over how to use INI files to create save data. And the problem with that is that if you use an INI file, the user can basically go in and change whatever they want. They can make changes to the data. So it's not great for save data, really. This is perfect for settings because if there's a situation where the user maybe puts in like some screen settings and it saves and it prevents them from really getting back to the settings menu, they can always open this file and just manually change it how they want. But now I've created a new save system for the important stuff, and it creates this other save file. And if you open this, as you can see here, it's nothing you can read. It's all just a jumble of letters and numbers. So that is perfect because that way it's not something that just anybody can go in and change. So how did I do that? There's this function called dsmap secure load and secure save. What I have here is in my main object game create event, I load the data. So first I check if the file exists, meaning this is just a file that you can create whatever name you want. I made it data.save, and it initializes this variable data, which is equal to dsmap secure load data.save. So it loads that file. If the file doesn't exist, this else statement, data equals dsmap create. Basically, this will only run when someone loads up the game for the first time, because after they save anything, this will take precedence the next time they load up the game. So you just need to have this data here created the first time the user opens up the game. I've got my level unlocks for versus mode here. The way that you add stuff to the dsmap is I have this function dsmap add. This is actually very similar to the INI files, I realized, because if you remember INI read, you've got your settings, which is like your section, your keyword, which is like the real thing that you're saving, and the value you want to give it. This is read real. So it initializes a variable based on the file, and if there's nothing there, then by default it'll give it this. So dsmap add, you choose the data, you choose, this is the name of the thing you're going to save, and because I'm doing this in a for loop, I'm generating a unique name for it by having it just be level plus whatever this load variable happens to be at that time in the loop, and I'm setting it to false. Now, interestingly, the dsmap add function won't do anything if the value already exists in the dsmap. So if this was like an INI file, I could just have the variable be set to whatever the dsmap value is loaded, but there's no way to set like a default if it doesn't exist. So instead, I have this map add function, and the map add function, if there's nothing there, it'll create the variable and set to false the way I have it written. I then initialize this variable to the dsmap find value because either I just added it or it was already loaded up in the first place. This will now for sure set the variable to something because the find value will absolutely be there because I just added it if it wasn't there already. So that's how I initialize those variables. When I go to save, it's a little different. You have the INI files here, the INI write functions of, you choose your section. And these sections in the INI file are literally just there for the end user. It's meant to organize the data in a readable way, so it's great for settings. This is the actual name of the thing I'm saving, and this is the variable I want to put in the file to save. With dsmap replace, I'm choosing the data. This is like the file, and the actual thing I want to save, the name of it is the level plus string save variable where it happens to be in the loop. And then level unlock, this is the value I'm sending into the data to save. Well, rather, this is the variable I'm sending into the map to save. Now, I don't know what a dsmap is per se, but it is a data structure that you can save various things to. And it goes along with this dsmap secure save function. So once you put the thing into the map, you then run this function to actually save it. And this is, again, the name of the file that you created. So this has to match what you want to load, but it can be named, I think, just about whatever you want it to be. And the reason I use dsmap replace is because, like I said earlier, dsmap add will only add it if it doesn't exist already. Replace, basically, it doesn't matter if it exists already. It's going to put it in no matter what. It doesn't have to exist yet for replace to work. Replace will put something in whether it exists or not. So that is pretty much what I spent the day on. I had to rewrite my unlocks from the INI file over to this dsmap thing, but I mean, I've also kind of changed the structure of my save data to be a bunch of arrays. So I don't have like a list of things that's to unlock. I am working on a records and achievements type thing. I've created the variables, but I haven't actually, I've added to the main menu here a records. What it will do is it'll have these missions here, and that shows that you completed the mission. Basically, there's going to be a bunch of missions, kind of like achievements, that you want to go through and complete to fill out this list. And then also a records screen, which will actually show the campaigns you won and records and stuff for each tank. Those are some of the things I want to add. I don't have them implemented yet. I'm not tracking these variables quite yet. And I don't have mouse controls for this screen yet. I can only use it with the keyboard. Those are the things I'm going to be working on next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.